is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
The time right now is 4:27 here. We finally made it to Friday. Thanks for waking up early with us on Good Morning Indiana. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin by talking about what a lot of Hoosiers are keeping a close eye on, the possible decriminalization of marijuana in Indiana.
Yeah, the lawmakers are discussing several different things like following Marion County and decriminalizing the small amounts of marijuana or following other states. But also we know that Republicans are in charge and a lot of them are saying this is not going to be a priority. It is a short session, so they're not necessarily going to get to everything or get a lot done this session. They have to kind of pick and choose what issues they want to tackle. So we'll be breaking down some possible things that are being thrown around at the State House for the state of Indiana. Kelsey Anderson is going to have more details on that coming up.
We want to take a turn now. Meteorologist Todd Clausen here. Todd, I was pleasantly surprised that it wasn't downpouring when I stepped outside this morning to get to work, but there will be rainfall throughout the day regardless where you are in central Indiana.
Yeah, off and on. Like I said yesterday, we're never going to get into heavy rainfall today. It's just going to kind of be a nuisance rain that comes and goes as the day goes on, and we had some overnight. The heaviest of that's kind of shifted off towards the east, but you can see more rain getting ready to stream into central Indiana from south to north. And even where you don't see green per se on the radar, there's patchy drizzle and kind of damp feeling where the rain isn't actually falling right now. So have the umbrella handy as you walk out the door this morning. It's likely you'll need it at some point here throughout the day today as these showers will continue. Good news is it's all rain though, and temperatures are well above freezing, so you do not have to worry about any icy conditions on the roadways here for the day today as our high temperature eventually gets up to right around 43 degrees.
All right, Todd, thank you so much. We are following a really important story. We're talking about those baby boxes. We've done stories about these in the past, and we can tell you that yesterday another baby was surrendered safely in a baby box in Seymour.
Yeah, this is the fifth baby to be surrendered in a baby box in the state of Indiana, the third in fairly recent months. So we are continuing to follow this story. This baby is safe. It was found within about a minute and was taken to the hospital. So that is the good news. And we are also going to let you know where more baby boxes will soon be being installed.
Yeah, it's great. They're being installed at several areas in our local community. So we'll break down that list for you. We also have Good News Friday coming up today. And here's a good news story that brought a little smile to our faces yesterday. We got to go to Urban Act Academy here in Indianapolis and give away free books, 2 books per student to the kiddos there. So we'll have some video and pictures from that fun event of the team working with those awesome kids. We'll have more news, weather, and traffic coming up right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Now at 4:30 on Good Morning Indiana, IMPD is hoping a partnership between police and community members who own security cameras will help solve crime. We are finding out how it's working so far, and we'll let you know how you can get involved.
Plus, there's a push at the State House to better support working women in Indiana. A look at some of the proposed bills and how advocates say they'll promote fairer hiring practices.
And special gifts to help hundreds of students do well in school. Only on RTV6, we'll show you why these gifts are so incredibly important to help with their future success. Time now is 4:30 here on your Friday. Thanks for waking up early with us. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. Meteorologist Todd Clausen here. And Todd, not the way we want to enter our weekend with a lot of rain, but I personally think it's better than a lot of snow.
Yeah, you know, there are some snow lovers. I keep posting the forecast on my Facebook page, and people are like, I wish it was snow. I wish it was snow. So people like the rain, people like the snow. For commuting purposes, though, we'll take the rain here this morning, and you'll have to slow down a little bit on the roadways. They're wet all across central Indiana. But as far as the rain goes falling from the sky right now, there's not a whole lot that's going on across the area. There's some light showers in Richmond, a few heavier showers down here in Bloomington and down into the Bedford area. And this will be lifting to the north as we go throughout the course of the day. And as I expand out, you can see all these showers are essentially streaming from south to north. There's some heavier rain just across the state line moving through the Cincinnati area. But here's the big picture. So what's going to happen is the storm system is slowly moving off towards towards the east. So the further west you are, you'll get into relatively drier conditions a little bit quicker. And then the snow on the backside of this, that's what's going to come through tomorrow. In between is an area of drier weather, and that's what moves in here later on tonight. So if you are planning to be out and about for Friday night, don't give up on those plans yet because of the rain in the forecast. Yes, it may be a little damp out there, but you're not going to have to contend with a big falling rain. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s, well above freezing. That is the good news going forward in the forecast. Well, these showers will be with us off and on. They're never going to be real heavy. That's the good news, but you'll want to have the umbrella handy throughout the entire day as temperatures eventually top off in the low 40s.
All right, Todd, here's a look right now heading into the downtown area from the west side. This is I-70, a view near West Street where traffic is moving along smoothly this morning. No issues to slow you down, so let's take a turn up to the north side, I-465 over White River. You can see traffic on the north side is moving along up to speed both eastbound and westbound. We'll continue to keep a close eye on your commute though, and we'll keep you updated. Right now, police need your help to find a mother and her infant son. They were last seen Tuesday in Crown Point, Indiana. Investigators say they could be in danger and in need of medical assistance. A silver alert has been issued for 16-year-old Kenesha Ellis and her 7-month-old son, Cannon Ellis. Cannon was last seen wearing a gray Fuzzy Bear snowsuit. If you've seen either Kenesha or Cannon, please call 911.
New this morning, the parents of Chloe Wiegand say it was, quote, physically impossible for her grandfather to lean out of an open window just before she slipped from his hands, as Royal Caribbean is claiming. The 18-month-old Indiana girl died after falling out of an open window. Her family is suing the cruise line for negligence. But earlier this month, the company released surveillance video which they say shows the child's grandfather, Salvatore Anello, leaning out of the open window moments before he lifted Chloe up to the window from where she fell. The video was released as part of an attempt to get the case dismissed. The Wiegands say the footage is deceptive and they accuse the cruise line of selectively editing it. A judge has not made a decision on the case yet.
Also new this morning, a third woman has been charged with murder in the shooting death of a Jay County man. 18-year-old Hannah Nappy of Ohio was arrested on Wednesday. She's accused of driving Esther Stephen, Shelby Heestand, and Shay Breyer to a place where Breyer was killed. Court documents show that Stephen and Breyer were fighting over custody of their young daughter. Police say that she lured him out of his home and then Heestand shot him in the back with a rifle. At the time of their arrest, Stephen and Heestand were the head and assistant softball coaches at an Ohio school. Nappy, who was one of the players, is now being held without bond in the Jay County Jail.
Back here in Indianapolis, we have an update this morning on a deadly East Side house fire. An autopsy has determined that 65-year-old Gloria Lawson died from fire-related injuries. Early Wednesday morning, neighbors heard a loud boom on Kildare Avenue near 21st and Emerson. When firefighters arrived, the home was on fire and crews found Lawson's body. The Indianapolis Fire Department says they think the fire started because of unattended grease on the stove. Investigators say the loud booms were from home oxygen canisters.
RTV6 is working for you to find out if a new police program is helping. The B-Link program creates a partnership between police and the community. Businesses that sign up and agree to have additional equipment installed on their surveillance systems, giving officers at the Incident Analysis Center direct and instant access to that footage. Officers say it's a quicker process than relying on businesses to save, pull, and provide video, and that can lead to solving cases faster.
This is an affordable option, particularly for businesses and homeowner associations that are looking for ways to not only protect themselves, but provide a layer of protection for our community. If it helps us identify someone breaking into somebody's garage, that would be helpful. So really, any crime.
As Major Adams said there, it's a residential component to the program as well. Police are working to create a database of where home surveillance cameras are located, but with those cameras, they will not be able to access the footage unless the homeowner provides it themselves. Time right now is 4:36. Covering the State House now, many advocacy groups showed up to the State House yesterday to show support for a few bills that would support working women here in the state of Indiana. One would prohibit an employer from using an applicant's wage history in the hiring process. Advocates say that this will help make hiring practices more fair.
This bill will help ensure that employees are paid based on factors like their experience, their skills, and the responsibilities they are assuming instead of their salary history.
Other bills discussed would be one that would give pregnant women more accommodations in the workplace and one that would establish paid family and medical leave program here in the Hoosier State.
We're learning more about changes taking place at Indiana University regarding standardized test scores. As we first reported yesterday, the university is making ACT and SAT scores optional. The change will take effect in the fall of 2021. It will affect all campuses except for IU East and IU Southeast. The move comes as colleges across the country are deciding to drop the test scores as requirements, opening up college for more students. Despite the trend, some say the test scores will always have some sort of use for incoming college students. If not in admissions, they could be used to determine merit-based scholarships. Hundreds of students striving to do well in school receive some special gifts to help them out.
Yeah, RTV6 and the Scripps Howard Foundation surprised students at Urban Act Academy on the city's east side with some new books. It's part of the annual Give a Child a Book program. Each student took home 2 free books yesterday, and they'll get to take home 2 more at the end of the school year. RTV6 employees spent time with the children, picking out books and reading. It was a lot of fun. And the books are opening pathways for kids who can already see their futures.
The reason why I like to read is because, like, when I want to grow up, I want to be a really good scientist.
If you could all turn around for me so you can see where you're going to go shopping. Please reveal the books.
That excitement.
That was so fun. Well, RTV6 employees make donations to the If You Give a Child a Book campaign, and our parent company matches those donations in order to make this book giveaway program possible. This is the 3rd year RTV6 has coordinated this book giveaway at Urban Act Academy, and hey, I think we'll come back every year if they'll let us.
No, I just love the joy that this brings to those kids.
Yeah.
U.S. officials are refusing to extradite an American woman charged in the death of a British teen. Straight ahead, why officials say the move could set a dangerous precedent.
And President Trump is about to make history again. Up next, details on the agenda item on his schedule today that no president has done in 50 years. Todd.
And it's a wet start to our area in spots across central Indiana. That says this rain makes its way through from south to north. On the backside of the system, some snow is heading our way. That arrives tomorrow. We'll talk about your forecast as we head into the weekend. Coming up when Good Morning Indiana continues. The time now is 4:39. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Terribly exciting. That's why we do it.
3 Americans killed in a plane crash while fighting fires in Australia have been identified. The men were on a firebombing mission when their plane went down. 43-year-old Rick DeMorgan, 42-year-old Paul Clyde Hudson, and 44-year-old Ian Macbeth died in New South Wales Thursday. They were all veterans of the U.S. military. It is still unclear what caused the plane to go down. Officials say Macbeth, who was flying the plane, had several years of piloting and firefighting experience. The tragedy brings the death toll from the bushfires to at least 31. The fires have also destroyed more than 2,600 homes and scorched more than 25 million acres, an area bigger than the state of Indiana.
At 4:42 in England, U.S. officials have declined the United Kingdom's request to extradite the woman charged in the death of a British teenager. Anne Sakulis is the wife of a U.S. diplomat and was charged in December with causing death by dangerous driving in the case of 19-year-old Harry Dunn. The teen was on a motorcycle when the two collided. The State Department spokesperson cited Sakulis's diplomatic status at the time of the incident, saying that extraditing her would make diplomatic immunity a, quote, practical nullity, and, quote, set an extraordinarily troubling precedent, end quote.
Back here in the U.S., a professed white supremacist who helped organize the deadly Charlottesville, Virginia rally is now charged with extortion and sending interstate threats. Investigators say Christopher Cantwell sent threatening messages to a New Hampshire man using the Telegram app. In one of the alleged messages, Cantwell threatened to assault the man's wife in front of his children. Cantwell pleaded not guilty to the charges. He's also still facing a civil suit for his role in Charlottesville.
At 4:43 today, President Trump will make history by being the first U.S. president to appear at the annual March for Life event held in Washington, D.C. Last year, he addressed the crowd on a video feed. And while pro-life supporters applaud the Trump administration for its anti-abortion policies, some lawmakers say the policies undermine access to health care.
This is a movement founded on love and grounded in the nobility and dignity of every human life.
How is it comprehensively pro-life if we don't provide health care? We don't provide child care. We don't fund education.
A poll released Wednesday from the Kaiser Family Foundation shows 59% of Americans say abortion should be legal in all or in most cases.
Also in Washington, the impeachment trial of President Trump is entering its 4th day. Today, Democratic House managers will wrap up their opening statements. Lead House Manager Representative Adam Schiff says the day will focus on the second article of impeachment brought against the president, obstruction of Congress. They're expected to show how Trump's refusal to turn over documents and his order that those in the White House who have been subpoenaed refuse to testify hindered the impeachment investigation in the House. The president's defense team will begin their opening statements Saturday.
A 10-year-old boy from Pennsylvania may have a role in NASA's next mission to Mars. We first told you about the contest to name the Mars rover earlier this week here on GMI. Eamon Riley was chosen as one of the finalists from nearly 30,000 essays. The 4th grader says he's been into space all his life, and he thinks the name that he chose is perfect for the rover.
I came up with tenacity, and also because scientists need to have tenacity to make a Mars rover. And also on Mars, they need tenacity to drive the rover around.
Well, Eamon is one of the 9 finalists in that naming contest. Polling closes Monday, and NASA will announce the winner in March. Back here at home, it is a Storm Team 6 alert day, and it's Friday. Todd, what do we need to know?
Yeah, as you walk out the door here this morning, you're walking out to some rain showers. The showers are going to be the most numerous this morning. As the day goes on, they become more spotty in nature, and then by this evening, it's mainly dry and just kind of that damp feel out there. So if you do have Friday evening plans, I wouldn't cancel them as of yet, as we are going to be dealing with less in the way of precipitation if you do have those plans tonight compared to this morning when you walk out the door. You see the rain is all scattered in nature. It started yesterday evening. It continued overnight, although the heaviest of the rain has now shifted off towards the east. Pretty good shower activity in the Bloomington area over towards Nashville. Just south of Columbus, we're dealing with some light showers. And as we slide to the east, Newcastle just south of Anderson, as you work your way towards Greenfield, some rain. Richmond, some light showers. And then to the north, it's just very spotty. Where you don't see any green or rain on the radar, there's patchy drizzle mixed in as well. So it's just one of those mornings where you're likely at some point that you're going to have to throw on the windshield wipers as you make your way into work. And as the kids head off to school, here's that heavier band of rain that is now off into Ohio. And this whole system is just slowly going to start to inch its way off towards the east. So as that happens, the heaviest of the rain is going to shift to the east as well. And we'll see the rain chances decrease from west to east across the area throughout the day today. This is the drier weather that we enjoy throughout the evening hours. And then the snow band is going to come through tomorrow. And so tomorrow, with the colder air in place, it's more of a snow event for us across the area. Let me walk you through it on TrueCast. Already by 6 o'clock, you see the rain shifting off towards the east. The further east you are, the wetter it will be throughout the day today. And then some showers kind of pinwheel back into the area. So we never completely go rain-free during the course of the day today. That's why I think you don't necessarily need to have the umbrella handy throughout the afternoon hours, but maybe a jacket with a hood that you could just throw up, and then you should be in decent shape. But watch what happens tonight. Here we are, 9:30, not a whole lot going on. Overnight tonight, a few snow showers start to work their way into the area, and then tomorrow, more snow showers will make their way through central Indiana, giving us the wintry component of this system. So there's a lot going on over the course of the next 24 to 36 hours. Thankfully for your commute this morning, temperatures are above freezing. We're at 38 in Tipton, 41 in Bloomington, 36 is the temperature over in Crawfordsville. As you plan out your day, temperatures will climb up into the low 40s later on this afternoon, with the rain showers continuing off and on, but becoming less numerous. Now tomorrow, the colder temperatures are in place, and we'll be hovering just above freezing at the surface. But as soon as you get above the surface, temperatures will cool off pretty quickly as that colder air comes in. So while there will be some snow falling off and on throughout the day tomorrow, as long as these temperatures stay above freezing, and you notice it's close, there won't be any significant accumulation, but I do think that there could be a coating in spots across the area, and maybe if the temperature's cool enough, there could be an inch in some isolated locations. Do not think it's going to be widespread, but as you make your plans for your Saturday, just know that that's a possibility. Once we get past Saturday, pretty quiet stretch of weather with just lots of clouds around and temperatures that'll be running slightly above normal. Lauren?
Todd, thank you. Here is a live look right now in the downtown area, I-65 and I-70 at the North Split. You can see traffic is moving along just fine. No issues to slow you down. So let's take you over here on the southeast side, the Franklin Township area, I-74 and Thompson Road. You can see we have one stalled vehicle there in the shoulder. Traffic is quiet on that side of town. We'll continue to keep you updated. A DirecTV satellite is at risk of exploding. Boeing, which makes the satellite, says that's because there's damage to the battery. If the satellite were to explode, it could take out other telecommunication satellites that are nearby. The FCC has given DirecTV 30 days to take the damaged satellite out of orbit and decommission it. DirecTV's parent company AT&T says no customers should be affected by the loss of the satellite since it was only providing backup capacity.
What's old is new again. Motorola's latest version of its vintage Razr phone is about to hit the market. But this version is technically foldable, not flip. The phone will be available for pre-sale online and at Verizon and Walmart on Sunday. And it's not going to come cheap. The Razr costs $1,500 or about $63 a month for 24 months. The original Razr launched in 2004 and was the best-selling phone of all time in the U.S. until the iPhone stole that title. The Razr is scheduled to be in stores on February 6th, and we're calling things from 2004 vintage now, Lauren. That makes me feel awful old.
Remember those flip Razr phones? You were so cool when you got one of those.
You were.
All right, a soccer team in Atlanta, Georgia is making history with their newest recruit. Coming up, the details on the four-legged player and how he'll make a big impact on the field.
Oh boy, he's giving Butler Blue a run for his money. Coming up, all new at 5, Democrats at the State House are pushing for several bills relating to the legalization of marijuana to be passed this year. Our Kelsey Anderson is live at the State House this morning, breaking down what you need to know about the bills. It's 4:51. We'll be right back.
Team 6 working for you.
It's 4:55. Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana on this Friday. We're keeping it close on traffic. Here's a live look at I-65, just a little south of 38th Street. This is on the northwest side of town. Traffic, as you can see, is traveling smoothly. We do have those light rain showers out there this morning, so just use caution. No crashes to report around your metro area.
The newest recruit to Atlanta's Major League Soccer team is making history. Meet Spike, the first service dog to represent a Major League Soccer club. The 12-week-old Labrador Retriever is now a member of the Atlanta United. The team is partnering with nonprofit service organization America's Vet Dogs. That group gives service dogs to veterans, active duty service members, and first responders with disabilities. Spike will train with the team for the next year, then move to New York for advanced training. After that, he'll be sent to his forever home with a U.S. service member in need.
And he is
he has got a lot of fun ahead for him. Can you imagine him on the field running alongside the players? Yeah. Oh, boy.
All right, well, a 9-year-old's reaction to her first taste of ice cream was epic, and her parents caught the adorable reaction on camera. Brittany Jerrigan says she didn't expect her daughter Blakely to have this reaction when she took her first bite of ice cream. Woo, you can see Blakely's eyes widen as she ferociously grabs the large scoop, going back for another taste. Brittany posted the clip online. The internet just couldn't get enough. The clip now has gone viral around the world. She's like, oh, this is way better than that baby food you've been eating for weeks now. Wow.
Right. That looks good right there.
I know. I don't know what that was, but wow.
Oh, my goodness. Very, very cute.
Oh, wow.
All right. Silly. Well, we hope everyone tackles their weekend like that baby just tackled that ice cream cone. They might have a hard time doing so, Todd, because it is going to be raining for much of it.
You know, this is the second Friday and Saturday in a row that we've been dealing with precipitation. Today it's rain. Tomorrow it's a little bit of light snow moving through. You can see the rain streaming from south to north across the area. It's scattered in nature, though. That's the good news. And generally, it's all fairly light. So have the umbrella handy as you walk out the door. You'll likely need it at some point this morning. The rain chances do decrease, though, as the day goes on. Good news, at least for your Fridays, it is all rain as temperatures will be climbing up into the low 40s to the west, mid to upper 40s as you work your way from Indianapolis eastward. So go ahead and grab the umbrella. And as you walk out the door, you'll need it at at some point, temperatures today will be above normal. The time now is 4:57. We'll be back in just a few minutes.